Hello guys, this is Mohsin Azam. Today we are going to start our ninth lesson of Excel tutorial, and the topic which I select for today's discussion is advanced logical formulas. First of all, we will discuss it with only one logic. So here I have one example. In this example I have different month of the year and I have revenue against each month, and my condition is if the revenue is greater than 600, I want the display as good. So here I defined the condition as 600 and display as good. So now I will start writing my formula. I will click equal to and then write if, click tab. Now I will define my logic. So what will be my logic? If my revenue is greater than condition 600, I need value if true. So in this case, I need good. The display is good. Else, as output I don't need anything, or I need blank, so I will, for the blank, what I will do, I will put two double inverted commas and then I will close my bracket. So if I have two inverted double comma, it means the Excel will display us blank back. Or if you want to display 0, so after defining the condition, the value of true, you have to skip the value if false, and automatically the Excel will give you 0 as an output. Or you can keep any text, or you can keep double inverted commas, and by clicking enter, so it will give you the result. Here as 800 is greater than 600, so it will give me good. Now I will copy all this formula to the lower cells, Control V. Sorry, one thing more here. Here I have to make my references of G2 and G3 as a absolute, because if I drag my formula down to the lower cell, see my references will change. So I want to make fix G2 and G3 in my formula. What I will do here, G2 I will click F4, and for G3 also I will click F4. Now I click enter. Now I will copy the formula to my lower cells, Control V. Here see now, for the March, as my revenue is 500, so here it is less than 600, so my Excel is giving, my formula is giving me blank. Instead of blank, if I want to display as 0, I can display as 0 by removing the double inverted commas. So it will give me 0. Or you can display anything, you can write anything. For example, if I write here less than 600 and I will close my bracket. So see, now my Excel will display value if false. So the condition which I defined here, as it's clear that if the revenue is greater than 600, my Excel should display good, otherwise blank or 0 or anything which you want to, which if you want to keep here, you can keep. I'll keep here inverted commas. Okay, next we will discuss if and. If we have more than one logic in our formula, then we will use if and. So here same, I have my monthly month, and against month I have my revenues, but in now my condition is that if the revenue is greater than 600 and less than 800, I need the display to be good. If this condition satisfied, I need the display as good, otherwise blank. So here what I will do, I will click equal to and then I'll write if tab and then and then tab. Now I will select my revenue. If it is greater than 600, I will click here F4 direct to freeze it, comma. Again second condition, now I will define the second logic. Logic 1 already done, now I will define logic 2. If it is less than 800, we'll click here F4 again. Now I'll close my brackets as the logic portion is completed and comma. Now my Excel is asking, my formula is asking value if true. What I need if it is the condition satisfied. I need good. Instead, I need what if the value is false. So in false condition, as we already discussed, if I close the bracket direct without defining value if false, it will give me 0. Or if you defined anything, or for example A, B, C, and by closing bracket, all the text which you have to which if you want to enter in a formula, you should have to put in double inverted commas, and then by closing bracket and by clicking enter, see ABC will appear. Now I will copy this. One thing more, I did not freeze my value if true. I will freeze it. Now I will drag it down, Control V. See, so now this condition, my revenue is 800, which is less than 800, and it is greater than 600. So 800 is not falling in the range, so that's why it will display ABC. 1200 is also not falling under the range. 600 is also not falling under the range. Only 750 and 650 will display the desired result as good. I will change my formula, Shift F2, and I will remove this ABC. Instead of ABC, I need blank only. So I will click Control C and Control V. Okay, now if and with nested if. What it means, if I have if and function, and inside if and function, if I want to define one more function, so it will be called as a nested if function. So here as it is written, if function inside other if function. So here we will define one if function inside another if function. So same here I have my month, and against month I have my revenue, and here I have condition. If it is between the range of 600 to 800, I need display as good. If it is greater than or equal to 800, exceptional. Otherwise I need the same value to be displayed. So here what I will do, I will click equal to now, and I will define my conditions. Start writing if, and I will click tab, and then I will write and then tab, and then I will start defining my condition. 800 is greater than 600 if 800 is greater than this one with F4, comma. The second condition, if my revenue is less than 800, click F4, and I will close my bracket, and I will click comma. Now value if true. In this condition, in this case, as we already discussed, I need good. I'll click F4, comma. Now here I will start write my other function. I will write here if tab. Now I will define my logic. If my revenue is greater than or equal to 800, click here F4, then I need display as a exceptional. F4, value if false, I need the same value to be displayed if this condition not satisfied, and then I will close my bracket, and again I will close my bracket again, and then I will click enter. So Control C, I will paste this as the same formula in all lower cell as a Control V. Now see here, if we check 800 is satisfying my second condition is greater than or equal to 800, so the display is exceptional. Same here, 1200 is also satisfying my second condition. 500 is not in the range of first condition and not satisfying the second condition. So here my formula will display me the same value, and same in IFRROR, it's displaying 600 because it's not satisfying my first condition, second condition, and even my third condition. Okay, now if any of the logic satisfied. So for example, we have the same example, month and the revenue against each month, and now we have the condition greater than or equal to 800 or less than or equal to 600. So as it's written here, my logic is the revenue should be greater than or equal to 800 or less than or equal to 600. If any of these conditions satisfied, then give me the flag, otherwise blank. So for example, now I will define my if or logic. So first of all, I will write if and then tab and then or and then tab. Now my formula is asking me logic 1. So what I will do, I will select my revenue and I will apply my logic greater than or equal to 800, and here I will click F4 again to fix this comma. My first logic is finished. Now I will apply the second logic. So again I will select the revenue and now I will click less than or equal to 600, F4, and now I will close the bracket comma. Now value if true. So now I will define the value if true as FLAGE, and then I will close the bracket and then comma and then double inverted comma for the blank, and then I will click enter. So see, my formula will give me flag because 800 is the revenue is 800 and it satisfy my logic greater than or equal to 800. So it will give me flag. So the first logic is satisfied, then no need to check the second logic and it will give me the value for the true. I will paste here formula f of x. In this condition, I have the revenue of 750. So 750 is neither equal to or greater than 800 or not less than or equal to 600. That's why it will give me blank, or anything you can write inside inverted comma NO and it will give you the result. Okay, now next is if function with formula inside. As it's clear from the description here that now we will study if function but with a formula inside. So for this I will consider one example. I have months here and after this I have the revenue for each month and I have the targets also for each month. So I want to know the deviation from my target. So how I will calculate this? Deviation from my target is basically the percentage difference from my target. So first of all I will calculate the percentage of revenue for each month. How I will calculate revenue divided by target. This will give me the percentage of revenue for the current month. So 80% of the target is achieved, but I know the difference of revenue from my target. So what I will do, I will subtract 1 from the division of both these two, and it will give me the percentage difference. So my minus 20 is the percentage difference from my target. That's the formula here. So now these are the percentage deviation from my target. Here minus 43, here 39, here 20. All these are the deviations. Now I want to show the deviation of my revenue from the target, which is greater than or equal to plus 20% or less than or equal to minus 20%. So how I will do it? I will use if or function because I need any of the condition to be satisfied. So if any of the condition is satisfied here, I need the result to be shown. So I will use here if or function tab, and now what I will do, this revenue divided by target minus 1. This is my formula, the logic. If this is greater than or equal to 20%, comma. This is my first logic. Now the second logic is same, revenue divided by target minus 1. This is also greater than or equal to minus 20%. So in both conditions, what I defined here, if my percentage difference from my target is greater than 20% or equal to 20%, or my deviation from revenue is greater than or less than or equal to 20%, give me value true, give me the same thing, this divided by this minus 1, comma. If the logic is not satisfied, give me blank, or I will write here. So I will write here not SATISFIED, close the bracket, and I will click enter. So see, as my deviation is minus 20, so it is as per my logic. So it will give me here the result as minus 20. Now I will paste here the formula. Minus 47, here I have if this is greater than or equal to 20% and not greater than, because it should be less than. And now I will paste here Control C, f of x. So see, now my formula is giving me all the deviation which is greater than plus 20 or less than minus 20, and here as it is minus 16, so it is not greater than minus 20, it is not less than minus 20, so it will give me not satisfied. And here I have the deviation of 0, so it's also not satisfied. So like this I can use the IFR function with the formula inside. Okay, now if function with symbol. So as we have the months here, and we have the revenue against each month, and we have targets, and as we discussed before that we have the deviation or the percentage difference from the target here. So what I want to do now, I want to show different symbols based on the condition which I put here. What are the condition? If the target is greater than 20%, show me this sign, and if it is equal to minus 20, show me this one, and if it is less than 20, show me this sign, and if it here if it is equal to 20, show me this sign, and if it is less than 20, show me this sign. How you can insert these symbols? It's very easy. You have insert here, and from insert you have symbols here, and from symbol any symbol you can select, and you can click insert here, and you can add these symbols to your Excel sheet. Alt Home EA. Okay, so now I will start writing my function. So what I will do, I will use if function, and then I will click tab, and now I will define my logic. So what will be my logic? Revenue divided by target minus 1, this is my deviation. If it is greater than 20%, comma, show me value, what, this one, comma. Now instead of defining the value if false, I will start if function again. So I will click here if, and I will click tab, and now I will defining other logic. So again, revenue divided by target minus 1, and now if this is equal to minus 20%, show me value if true, show me this one, this symbol, then comma, and value if false. Instead of defining value if false, I will start another logic, if tab, and now again revenue divided by target minus 1, if it is equal to 20%, give me this symbol, comma, and instead of writing value if false, I will start again another function, and then I will click tab, and then I will define my logic, revenue divided by target minus 1, if this is less than 20%, then give me this arrow sign, and then I will click comma, and then I will keep blank. Okay, but I will fix signs as absolute because I have to copy the formula, and if I copy the formula without fixing, my reference of the arrows will change. So I will fix here by clicking F4 and F4 here. Okay, and now I will click enter. So see, as it is minus 20, and for minus 20 what I want to show, I want to show this arrow. So I will copy this, Control C and Control V, and the function f of x based on the condition. Now all the arrows are here. Okay, next is if error or if and IFNA. So while dealing with the different type of formulas in Excel, you will face some types of errors in your Excel sheet. Like here I have one error, -NA, or division error I have. So with these error, your spreadsheet will not look good. So instead of this error, you can use if error and IFNA function to show something else instead of these errors. So the procedure is, If you have error like here NA or division error, what you will do? You will write here if error tab, and by clicking this, select this value if error. Sorry, you will define value if error. I want to show it as blank. Then I will click enter. So it will show me the blank. But basically, I want to remove this NA error from my Excel sheet. What I will do? I will write here if error tab bracket, and I will apply here a comma, and then I want to show here, for example, ABC, and then I will close the bracket, enter. So see, instead of error, now it is showing me ABC, or you can make it as blank. So sometime your Excel sheet will give you the errors. Not to show these errors in your spreadsheet, just by applying if error there and show the display as blank, and the error will be replaced by a blank cell. Same is division. For this division, 100 divided by 0, you can define if error tab and then your formula, and then followed by value if error. I want to show blank and click enter. It will be blank. For the NA error, you can replace this F error by IFNA tab, and it will also remove the error. So for NA error, you can remove this NA error by IFNA, or you can use if error for any type of error to display blank cell instead of this error. So that's it for today's lesson. If you like the video, please like and follow my Facebook page, Business Innovation, and subscribe my YouTube channel, Business Innovation. Thanks for watching.